What's up, friends? As promised, a video tutorial with an overview of what we talked about at the first center run through yesterday. So, there's a lot of information here. I need you to pay very close attention because there are a lot of moving and working parts to make this conference run as smoothly as possible, and that takes your intentional checking of where you're supposed to be and maneuvering accordingly. So, we're getting started tomorrow at 7:30. The first round of students needs to be here at 7:30. Guess what? That means I need you here at 7:30. Not parking, not sitting behind a train on Main Street, or not down the street. I need you set and ready in your positions at 7:30 in the morning. No exceptions, no excuses. I don't want text messages first thing in the morning. Don't do it. Be where you're supposed to be. So, for those of you who are supposed to be here at 7:30, here's what you're doing. We've got 3 very specific areas where we need you. And your roles are different in those 3 areas. So, first and foremost, Selma, Michael, and Taya, you all are going to be Lloyd Noble parking lot greeters, okay? You got those lovely smiles, those nice and shiny white teeth, and a parking sign, okay? Super straightforward. For you all, you're going to meet us down at Lloyd Noble. You're going to pick up your parking sign, and we are going to place you around the perimeter of Lloyd Noble so that you can hold the parking sign when people are coming by and trying to figure out, hey, I'm here for First Sooner, where am I supposed to be? They see your lovely face and that super awesome parking sign, and guess what? Now they know exactly where they're supposed to be. So, very simple, very straightforward. You're going to stand, look pretty, direct people to parking, okay? Mark is one of our tour guides. He'll be helping our next group, which is Jocelyn, Jenna, and Nelson. You all are going to be shuttle guides, okay? Listen very closely. Your only job tomorrow during this 7:30 period is to hop on the Lloyd Noble buses and ride them down with students and parents. So this is going to take some strategic planning on you all's end in terms of just gauging traffic, knowing that students and parents are going to be showing up kind of sporadically. They may come in big waves. You may have one here, one there. But basically, there's 4 of you all for a reason, because there should be someone waiting at Lloyd Noble at all times for students and parents as they come, but there also may be 1 or 2 of you that are riding a bus down and dropping them off. So for an example / hypothetical case, what this is potentially going to look like. So Jocelyn, if you are the first one on a bus tomorrow, you see you've got this group of about 20 or 30 students and parents. They're ready. Here's a Lloyd Noble bus. You are going to get them on the Lloyd Noble bus. You're riding the bus down with them. And this is where our second group of people comes into play. So our second group of people, you all are going to be at the actual Lloyd Noble bus stop in front of the stadium where it drops people off and picks people up, taking them back to Lloyd Noble. So this is going to be a friendly handoff. So Jocelyn, you will have ridden the bus from Lloyd Noble to right in front of the stadium. And then we've got Taylor Stevenson, Sarah, and Miguel that'll be there waiting for you all. And so let's say Taylor, Jocelyn, you're riding the bus with your kiddos and your parents. It goes and it parks, or it lets them off in front of the stadium. And guess what? Taylor's right there waiting for you. So it's going to be a warm handoff. Hey, here's Taylor. Taylor's going to take you over to registration. Taylor, you are going to then escort that group of family and students to right in front of Meacham Auditorium where we'll be setting up registration. So you walk them over, drop them off, and guess what? You walk right back over to the bus stop. Basically, if you are one of our shuttle guides, so Nelson, Jenna, Jocelyn, and Mark, or if you're one of our bus shuttle guides from in front of the stadium, which is Taylor, Sarah, and Miguel. Vanessa, I got your email, so I won't see you in the morning. But Taylor, Sarah, and Miguel. So you're basically going to be walking in circles or riding in circles. If you're one of the bus people down at Lloyd Noble, you are going to grab a group of students, ride the bus with them down to in front of the stadium, drop them off with whoever's there, and you're going to ride the bus back to Lloyd Noble and grab another group of students. If you are one of the ones waiting in front of the Union, you are going to or not in front of the union, in front of the stadium, if you're one of those in front of the stadium, you're going to be taking students off of the Lloyd Noble bus, walking them to Meacham Auditorium, and coming right back. Basically, you're doing circles. Well, Kayla, why do you have like 2 or 3 of us there at the same time? Because we anticipate the traffic is going to kind of go like this. So at any point in time, maybe Jocelyn is halfway down to Lloyd Noble on a bus with one group of students, but we've got Jenna that sees another big group of students and parents ready, and there's an empty bus. So she's like, oh, well, here's another 30 students. I'm going to go ahead and take them down there. So Jocelyn's on her way back. Jenna's on her way there. We still have Nelson and Mark if we have any more. So at any point in time, there may be more than one person on a different bus, or there may be more than one person walking a group of students to registration in front of the union. I understand that that may be a little confusing, and if you need clarification, don't hesitate to let me know. But main thing to know here is that whatever your specific area is, that is your only responsibility there. If you were at Lloyd Noble, you were hopping on that bus, riding it with the students, dropping them off, going back to Lloyd Noble, picking up more students, dropping them off, back to Lloyd Noble, picking up more students. Got it? If you're standing in front of the stadium, you are going to wait till the students are dropped off with you, and you're walking them over to Meacham, walking back, picking up more students, walking them over to Meacham, walking back. Kind of get it? Yeah? Okay, awesome. So those are our parking people and our shuttle guides that'll be at Lloyd Noble and in front of the stadium. Then we've got a couple of people that are going to just be some friendly faces and helping with registration. So Destiny, Brooke, and Con, you all are set to be in Meacham Auditorium tomorrow morning helping with registration. So pop in, find one of us. We're going to have you in front of a computer, or either in front of a computer or with one of these things, marking off students. Have a good evening, Trey. And you're just going to be helping with registration. Or Cheyenne, Alicia, and Sonia, we love your faces. You're super awesome. You're going to be greeters. You know what that means? You're literally greeting.
Tomorrow on time. Don't be late. Okay.
So if you are a greeter, that's literally what you're doing. You are greeting. So like I said, Sonia, Alicia, and Cheyenne, you're going to be kind of out in the general registration area saying hello. How are you? Can I help you find anything? Kind of just, all 3 of you work for admissions outside of DEP, so you understand what this means when we say you're a greeter, okay? So that's kind of like our first little section of where you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to be doing. Again, if you're one of those people that I called your name and you're like, I still don't get it, let me know, and I will clarify for you. But I'm hoping that this is kind of pretty straightforward. But I also understand that things make sense in my mind that may not make sense in your mind. So ask me for clarification if you need to, okay? So scrolling down here, and then we've got programming and all that good stuff. And then we have our actual breakout sessions. So Abraham, Christopher, and Heidi, you all are going to be escorting one of our Spanish-speaking groups, okay? Obviously, because you speak Spanish. We got you paired with our Spanish-speaking groups, and you are going to be escorting them starting at 9:30. You all need to be in the Frontier Room. Also, please note that this handy-dandy little agenda/itinerary is very detailed by the time, who you are, and exactly what you're supposed to be doing. I'm going to attach this to the email as well so that you have a copy. I will also make sure that I post it in the GroupMe, okay? So, 9:30, Abraham, Chris, and Heidi, you all need to be in the Frontier Room helping with the Spanish-speaking group. You will stay with this group the entire time, okay? You are not transitioning groups. You are staying with the Spanish-speaking group the entire time. Our breakout sessions start at 10 o'clock. This is where a lot of you are going to be doing some escorting and staying in the room. Noah, Bao, Brooke, Maria Hernandez, and Samantha. For you all, you are going to be sitting inside of the rooms while our presenters are presenting. Maria and Samantha, you two in your room, y'all are actually going to be, as I emailed you about earlier, kind of sharing your experience with some of our Spanish-speaking students and parents, okay? Knowing that in your sessions, the rooms that you all are going to be sitting in, I need you all to help me in reminding our presenters that this handy-dandy evaluation form This is a First Sooner evaluation form. We need our students and our parents to be filling it out as they go. So, outside of escorting your group to their breakout session and sitting in the breakout session with them and making sure that everything is running smoothly, you also just want to make sure that you remind your presenter, hey, remind your people that you have these evaluation forms to fill out, okay? Evaluation. We need to be able to measure the actual benefit of what we're doing here, and we cannot do that without these evaluation forms. So please make sure that when you're going in your rooms, you're reminding your presenters, hey, remind your people about the evaluation form so that they fill them out, okay? If it's not said or if it's not mentioned, feel free at the end or even at the beginning of that session to chime in as an intern and say, hey guys, make sure that you're filling out those evaluation forms that are in your First Sooner bags that you have with you. They will all have a bag. These First Sooner forms will be in those bags with them. So again, 10:30 or 10 o'clock to 12:30. Noah, Bao, Brooke, Maria Hernandez, and Samantha. Okay. For lunch, Jalen and Tyson, the dream team. Look, y'all, pretty easy. You know what you do? You get to hang out at the caf, and you're going to be a lunch greeter, and you're going to eat lunch with them. So, again, pretty straightforward. You've both already done this. Jalen, I've seen you do it. Tyson, I believe you've been to one of our lunch visits with us before. So, it's pretty simple and straightforward. You're going to hang out and have lunch with them and mingle, okay? Then we've got the actual setup. So while they're having lunch, we will be setting up for the fair, the resource fair that's going to be taking place in Jim Thorpe. For contextualization of things. Understand, we are all over the place tomorrow. We are not just in one place. We are starting in the Union. We'll have some rooms in the Union. Some students will be in the library. Some students will be in Gould Hall. And then we'll be down in Couch. And then we'll be in Jim Thorpe. So we're going to be all over campus. It is imperative that you make sure that you watch and pay attention to what's going on in the GroupMe and that you're being cognizant of where you are assigned on this itinerary because there are so many moving parts. If you individually group me tomorrow, text me tomorrow, you probably won't get a response automatically. I'm going to be all over the place. So this is key. This itinerary is key. In setting up for the resource fair, we've got Keyshawn and Vanessa. You all are going to help set up the browsing fair in Jim Thorpe. Make sure you're there at 12:30, okay? And then, all the way down when we're rounding out things in terms of cleanup. So cleanup, Bao, Natha, and Carson. You all are going to help us clean up at 3 o'clock. And then Heidi, Elizabeth and Heidi. Or just Heidi. Heidi, you are going to help shuttle the guests back to Lloyd Noble. So we have an actual mini cart, and you are going to be riding that shuttle bus with them back to Lloyd Noble, kind of in circles, the same way that we did in the morning, actually bringing students to campus from Lloyd Noble. You are going to be taking them from, we actually have some arrangements where they will be, they're bringing one of the small, like, little trolley carts right by Jim Thorpe, or the Forum, so you won't have to walk too far. That's where they'll pick them up, and then you'll just ride it back down to Lloyd Noble, let them off, come back, okay? So, that's a pretty kind of, oh wait, sorry, Lisette and Nelson, I missed you too, but y'all are signed up for 2 o'clock, and you're going to be helping answer questions about the application. So there's going to be some students who may be working on their applications. We'll have actual laptops out for them. If they have any questions, you're just going to be roaming around the room, making sure that if they have any questions, that you're answering those questions. If you are unsure about that, don't hesitate to ask me questions before. But also, if you haven't already, make sure that you're looking at things like our senior preview, because that's going to have a lot of the information that you'll be sharing with students about their application. So again, that's 2 o'clock. Lisette and Nelson, you all will be in the second floor of Jim Thorpe. So it looks like with that, that's a pretty kind of like all over the place, but you should know where you're supposed to be type run through. Okay? If all else fails, resort back to this. Find your name. It'll tell you who you are, where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to be doing, and at what time. Very straightforward. At the end of the day, It's going to be super fun. I'm excited to have you all helping us. Main thing that I need you to do is show up on time. And by on time, I need you there early. This is one of those days where you cannot. I'm going to say that again. This is one of those days where you cannot show up late. The running of this conference is dependent upon you being where you're supposed to be early. Not on time, early. Okay? Please do not text me telling me that you're running late. And if you're running late, you better have someone else that's covering you. Okay? Because I refuse to have my conference all over the place because you didn't know how to read a watch or you didn't know how to plan accordingly. Okay? I want to hear it. No, no, and no. Show up where you're supposed to be early. That way, you're for sure there on time. Cool? Okay, awesome. Like I said, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know. I'll be up pretty late this evening kind of figuring out last minute details, so shoot me a text or shoot me a text. If you group me, like message me, please know that those are all the way down at the bottom and I got a lot going on, so shoot me a text message instead. That's the best way to contact me right now. So, I will see you all bright and early tomorrow morning. Jeans, DEP polos, let's look presentable, let's get excited, and let's get some students to OU because you are one of the keys to making this happen. So thanks so much, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.